Record. Great. I'm getting good at this, I think. It's brilliant to have people to help me and let me and remind me to do things though. Okay. So, am I in business? Can you see me? Yes. Yay, Katie, I'm glad you made it. Live. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can succeed in taking you guys off mute. That would be a real success if I managed to do that. Just for everybody to say hi, and then I'll mute you guys again if it gets loud. So you can all say hi to me. Hello.
Hi, hello.
Yay.
You can't see me anymore.
You can't see me anymore.
No.
Can you see me now? Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay, let me just turn my volume up. And let me put my headphones in because it's supposed to be better quality. Okay. So is it 1 o'clock? 1 minute past 1. So welcome to You Are Too Fat. Is it true? Did that trigger you when I said that? You're too fat. You're too fat. Okay.
Yes.
So is it true? Okay, so welcome Claire. I just see has joined us also. So I'm very happy to report that I am feeling good. I am not so nervous because an hour ago I kind of freaked out because I had no slides done or anything. And I thought I can do that or I can do yoga and breathe. So I decided to do yoga and breathe and it worked. It seems to have worked. So that's good. And I thought I'll just speak from the heart. And yeah, let's see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. So first of all, let me start with a quote from Byron Katie. I just randomly, this is totally honest, I have this book called Inner Work, a journal for self-discovery through the work of Byron Katie. And I opened it randomly and I typed in the quote, "You move totally away from reality when you believe that there is a legitimate reason to suffer."
Sorry, Neve.
Yeah.
Neve, would you mind muting everybody because we're getting a bad echo?
Oh, great. Thanks, Nicola, for letting me know. Yes. Okay. Okay, so that quote is, I just muted myself temporarily. Hang on. Okay, let me just do the muting and then usually I should be able to mute everybody all at once, but for some reason I have to do it manually. Okay. So this quote is just means the world to me, to be honest. I'm so happy I opened it on that page. There's no coincidences because I seem to forget it quite often. Well, not as often as before, but there really is no legitimate reason to suffer. With this work that I do, the work of Byron Katie, if I do feel any suffering, I go straight to the work, maybe not always straight to it, but I get to it and the suffering lifts, the pain shifts. And for this particular webinar, I'm really excited about it because actually, since I've been doing the work by 7 years now, and I forget, it's so subtle, all the little changes that happen from the work, that I forget how much I've progressed. I don't know what the right word is to use, but how much happier I am, basically, how much clearer I am, how I'm less stressed, and I can give you some examples of that in a moment when I just formally introduce myself. But first of all, let me just get clear for you guys. If this resonates with you, if any of these resonate with you, you're in the right place for today's webinar. If you beat yourself up when you catch your body in the mirror, when you catch your outline, if you breathe in when you think someone is watching you, I used to do that so much. If you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, if you feel bloated or just bleh, Not all the time, but even if that happens sometimes. If you constantly live in the future with the when I'm thin, or keep those clothes in the wardrobe for when I'm thin. If you cling hopefully to the next groundbreaking diet that really works, this is really going to shift it, this diet, that's where my happiness is going to come from. If you aren't giving yourself permission to fully live until you achieve that desired weight, we can really, it can take up so much of our presence and so much of our living, of our life, of our happiness. And for some people, this might seem crazy, but I remember that for me, it really consumed so much time for me, that desire to be thinner. And if your life is passing you by whilst you obsess about that ideal body that you never, ever get, or if you do get it, then you're stressing about holding on to it. You get to that desired weight and it's, okay, now I have that boyfriend, or now I have those great clothes that I feel really good in. And oh my God, am I going to be able to control myself to hold on to this ideal weight? Such stress. And by the way, you're also in the right place if none of this affects you, but there's something else, like I look too old, I have too many wrinkles, or I can't remember how else we beat ourselves up, but I'm sure you can find something that you can use to replace the word fat. Okay, so what led me to this webinar? By the way, for those that are new, that don't know me, you'll see my name is spelled Niamh, and it's pronounced Niamh. It's a good Irish name, and it's there's no V in the Irish language. That's why. Okay. So, like I said earlier, I found a way through the work of Byron Katie to stop the pain that I had and let it go. So I loved that so much when I discovered it. I attended a 9-day school for the work in Los Angeles and decided, wow, this is what I want to do. I'm getting so much from it and I want to share it. I actually really felt that the whole world should do it. And, I've since changed. They don't have to. It's just, it works for me. It works for so many other people. And it's just one of many ways that work. And I love to share it. And at one stage in my life, this was about 12 years ago, I was 14 kilos heavier than I am now, when I was at the height of my feeling fat. And I felt horrible. I had so many stressful beliefs. And actually, I can laugh about it now, a funny story. I can't say to you that it was the work that started, that I lost some of the weight from. It was actually, I was working in the World Health Organization on a help desk, actually, helpline. And my boss pulled me aside. He was this really nice Lebanese guy, and he pulled me aside one Friday afternoon. He said, Niamh, I need to speak with you. And I said, oh gosh, I went in his office. And he said, are you pregnant? So I can laugh about it now, but man, it wasn't funny at the time. I was really, really upset. I'm really angry as well. I was really angry at him. He was a nice Lebanese guy. He was concerned, and he thought one of his staff was pregnant. I wasn't. It was just, lots of pain au chocolats and croissants and other stuff. And just eating on unhappiness, basically, filling that gap, filling that pain in the best way that I knew how. And I joined the gym on the Saturday, and I think I probably had lost 1 kilo or 2 by Monday. And on Monday, he brought me in his office again and said, oh, all weekend I couldn't sleep. I felt so bad to ask you that. I'm so sorry. And I said, yeah, you really shouldn't say that to a woman. But anyway, I can laugh. But yeah, I was going to the gym, still had the stress, however, so, still didn't know really how to deal with those stressful thoughts. So I still yo-yoed. And I can say that the way for me, I'm happy that I'm 14 kilos thinner, and that's not the goal here. The goal is what I would wish for you guys today is if you lose weight as a side effect, great. But what the goal is just freedom and peace on the inside in our thinking. And what I would love for you guys to get today is also just increased awareness on how crazy it is, how we consume ourselves so much with this, with our stress around our weight and how we look. And that's actually why I decided to run this webinar. I was working with a client, and a beautiful girl we were just going through the stress, noticing the stress that it was causing her with these beliefs about being overweight, believing that she was overweight and that she needed to lose weight, etc. And it just brought it all back to me. I just remembered all of those same stresses, and how it consumed me and took up so much of my thoughts. And I just thought, wow, I've come so far, and I really want to share with you guys what helped me, basically, and how I'm today. I would never binge now like before. Of course, I love chocolate, and still I wish, not strong enough though, but I don't even wish I didn't eat it, actually. That's not true. But yeah, sometimes I wish that I would eat healthier, but it doesn't consume me like before. And I noticed that I'm so aware that if I feel like eating sugar, if I did feel like eating more than usual, I know what the emotion is behind it, and I can work through it. So much freer about it than before. Okay. Oh, that's in the wrong place. That slide. Sorry, let me just. Oh, right. No, it's not, actually. I did these slides very quickly today. Okay, fears about letting go. So first of all, before we do the work on the beliefs, we're going to work on the belief, I'm too fat. Is it true? And I just want you to just think about what fears you might have of letting go of that belief. This is with the work of Byron Katie. We question the belief, and we look at what it would feel like without that belief, and what would it feel like basically to let that belief go. And we can have a lot of fears about that. And if we have time later, we'll also question those beliefs on this webinar. So the main belief is, oh no, I can't let go of the belief I'm too fat because I'll get fatter, basically. Imagine if I let go of that belief, because that's what keeps me in control, right? Not, but we believe it. Our innocent mind believes that yeah, well, I'll get fatter, I'll just eat all around me, I'll be a complete pig, and it will be a complete disaster, So I can't let go of my attachment to that belief. I will be more unloved, people won't approve of me as much because basically I'll be fatter. And these are just suggestions. You think about it for you. What are your fears about letting go? And you can type it in the chat window. Or if any of these resonate with you, type it in the chat window. I will be out of control if I let go of my belief, because right now you're in control, right? Think about it. Does that keep you in control, this attachment to the belief I'm too fat? If I let go of the belief that I'm too fat, I won't be able to resist food. That food has such control over me. It's really interesting. We believe that food, that innocent food that's just lying there, just doing its job, waiting for people to eat it or not. But we believe that it has such control over us. It's fascinating. And when we question that and realize that it doesn't, it's all our thinking, our minds. So what fears do you guys have about letting go of I am too fat? If you want to share with me. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be, nobody has any fears of letting go of the belief, it seems. So that's wonderful news. If you can think of something that comes up, just type it in the chat window. Okay, so first of all, before we start doing the work, I always like to remind people that our minds are like parachutes. They work best when they're open. A closed mind the work won't work with it. We really have to just open our mind to new possibilities. Remember that the old way doesn't work very well. Let's open to a new way. So bear that in mind, because how the work works is we're going to ask 4 questions, and then you're going to see what comes up in your mind with what answers come up for you. Really tap into that inner wisdom inside you. Yeah, not my answers, not anybody else's. Okay, so yeah, thanks, Katie, about losing control. Yeah, Yeah, we really believe that we've so much control in life. You know, the mind, the ego would like to believe, and that's something to question as well, because we really don't. Uh, I wouldn't like myself fat is another one. Thanks, Claire. Yeah, yeah. Don't trust myself to resist temptation. So yeah, let's try and question that as well. It will be. It's a really interesting one to question. Okay, so let's start with I am too fat, the belief. And I would love to have a volunteer. We can do it either as a popcorn and everybody can answer, or if somebody would like to volunteer live, then that would be wonderful. So you can put your hand up or just type it in the chat window if you'd like to volunteer for me to facilitate you on the belief I am too fat. So I'm going to wait and see if some brave, courageous person puts their hand up. And I'll unmute you. And we'll just wait in an awkward silence in the meantime. So, does anybody want to volunteer? And if you don't, type in the chat window why you don't. Yay! I got a volunteer. Thanks, Nicola. Thank you, Nicola. Are you unmuted? I don't.
Yeah, sorry.
Yay! There you are.
I've already been facilitated, so I was going to leave a chance, the wonderful opportunity for somebody else too.
Hang on. So there is somebody else, Nicola. There's Miriam also has her hand up. I'm going
to let her go because I have already been facilitated.
Okay, let me just make sure that. Thanks, Nicola. Let's see. Miriam. Hello, Miriam. Hey, Miriam. Did you put your hand up on purpose?
Now you hear me.
Yes, I
and
hear
it
you.
was always written that you cut my voice, so I couldn't say nothing.
Oh, yeah, I had you muted. Yes. Are you volunteering to be facilitated? Oh, thank you.
Yes, but my English is very bad. I try, huh?
Yeah. What's your first language, Miriam?
It's German and French.
Okay. So
I'm Swiss. I also from Switzerland.
Okay. So vielen Dank.
But now I stay in Nice in France.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
So if there's some words I can try out. My German's a bit rusty. My French is okay, so we'll manage.
No, my English it's okay, but it's very, very simple. But I can do it.
Great. Thanks, Miriam. So Miriam, first of all, are you familiar with the work? Have you ever been facilitated before?
Yes.
Great.
I was also in the school and I make the coach. I'm coach.
Excellent. Great. Thanks, Miriam. Okay, just to know.
But now in the moment I'm very lost. I'm really in a bad situation.
Okay.
With my mom. Yeah.
Okay. So we can chat about your mom another time. Let's talk about the belief I'm too fat. So can you first of all, Miriam, just find a situation? So is it even right now? Can you connect with that belief I'm too fat? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I stay with I took my mother to me. She is almost 100 years old. She was on the way to die. And I took her in my home since August, and she will not die. And she was not eating. So I make food and good food, and I'm sitting all the time near from her. Also now she's sitting near from me. And I have weight now 10 kilo more, and I feel so bad. Then I see I have frustration. I have afraid to give her away. I'm in a situation that I eat all the time with my mother from morning to the evening. Oh. And I feel so bad when you go to the beach. I see that I'm so fat and shame.
Yeah, thanks, Miriam. I remember that. I remember especially going to the pool or the beach. Yeah.
It's horrible here in France now. Every day I feel so bad on the beach. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into work mode. And just for those of you on the call who are new to the work, what we do is I ask questions, Miriam will answer, and I keep her in the work, which means if she goes into story, if she goes into explanations, I'll bring her back. Right, Miriam? You've been to the school, so great. Okay, so let's get started. And everybody else, you can just connect with the belief yourself and answer the questions in your head or even in the chat window. Okay, so Miriam, you are too fat right now. Is it true?
Yes.
And can you absolutely know that it's true that right now in this moment you are too fat?
Yes. Yes.
How do you react? What happens when you believe the thought that you are too fat?
I feel so bad. I feel guilty. I feel really faible, not enough
Weak.
strong to know. I have so shame everywhere. Then all my pants are too small now, and I have always clothes that are very large, and I
So
feel
what
so
emotion
bad.
comes up when you're putting those clothes on and they're too tight? What do you feel?
I can cry. I can cry. When I see the mirror, I can cry. I think I have so changed in the last month, and I can cry. I feel me not every more beautiful. No, I have
Yeah,
shame. I can cry, and I have always a little bit pain in the my stomach. Yeah,
yeah. How do you treat yourself, Miriam, when you're believing I'm too fat?
yeah. I treat very bad. I take one in the evening. I take one glass of wine more. I think only one glass, and then I think, oh, it's uh, it's the same, one or two. I give me up in the last weeks. Hmm.
Yeah. And how do you treat
Yeah,
life and those around you when you're believing I'm too fat? How do you treat life first?
life. I have not hope anymore that I can change something. I have not, yeah, no hope. No.
How about the people around you? That do you treat them any differently when you're believing?
Yes, there are things that I don't do. I don't will that I see me so now with 10 kilo fatter. You know, I live in France, and I have to go back in Switzerland, and I have so shame when I think that I have to see my friends again, and they say, oh my God, Miriam, how she looks. And so I have shame to see my friends
Yeah.
again.
And you're in the
Mm,
future with the
yes.
thoughts. Yeah. Yeah.
And now I hide me, I hide me, yes.
Yeah. How are you treating your body when you're believing I'm too fat?
Not very nice. No. When I look in the mirror, blah.
No sense
Blah,
of
blah.
love or gratitude or
No, no, no,
connection. Hmm.
no, no,
Yeah. Miriam, is there any peaceful reason to hold on to the belief I am too fat?
no, no. There is no peaceful reason. No.
Okay, so just for right now in this moment, who would you be without the thought I am too fat? And you can take a moment, everybody else as well. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you, Miriam. Just take a moment to go inside, to really just close your eyes. And I'm going to journey too, just to really experience that without the thought in this moment, I am too fat. How does it feel in your body?
I'm not like in the war with my body. When I see me in a mirror, I think, oh God, you have 65 years. The body was always here for you. I have two children. He was always nice with me, and I treat him so unhealthy. And I feel connected with my body. Now I'm not connected with my body. When I look in the mirror, it's something else. It's not me. And when I not have these tools, so I'm in peace with my body. I love my body. I'm connected with my body.
Yeah.
Yes.
And imagine you looking in the mirror and you can't believe I'm too fat. How does that feel?
I see me now, and I don't look back. It's how it is now. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I invite everybody else on the call to share what they're experiencing also, without the thought that you're too fat. What helps me also just to share is just breathing and connecting, like you mentioned, Miriam, to connect with the body and with a really open mind without that fat label.
Yes, and me, and I don't compare with others. You know, it's me. It's me.
Yeah. Okay, so let's turn the thought around, Miriam. So I am too fat. I'm the opposite.
I'm not too fat. I'm not too fat.
Yeah. So how could that be as true in this moment that you're not too fat?
I can walk around. I can jump. I can climb again. I do everything also, fat or not fat. I can do everything. People loves me. I see that people loves me. They don't care I'm fat or not. They love me.
Yeah. Any other example? I'm not too fat in this moment.
No, I have still my clothes.
You're not too fat for the clothes you're wearing right now. Huh?
No, they are a little bit étroit, but it came. Yeah, but I have always the same clothes for the moment. Yes, I didn't buy new clothes, because no, for the moment, yeah.
Yeah. Any other example? Let's journey and see if we can find some more. And anybody else who finds an example, please share it in the chat window of I am not too fat. How could it be as true right now that I'm not too fat? How about your health? Is your health, I'm not too fat, that my health is, like you said, you're still able to do things.
Yeah, my health is okay. It's okay. Yeah, and I sleep well, and everything is okay. It's only, yeah.
Right. So somebody on the call is saying that they're losing weight with this belief. So let's do that. Let's do that. Another turnaround, instead of I'm too fat, is I'm too thin.
I'm too thin.
How could it be as true with a really open mind? We just
I'm too thin. Yes, I'm too thin in my mind. I'm so fixed that I have to be 10 kilo or less. My mind is thin.
Yeah.
I'm too thin. It is difficult to look for example.
Can I share one with you that comes to me, Miriam?
Yes.
It's actually a quote that I love from Mother Teresa. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of, it was some reference to hips being too big, and she said, I don't have time to have hips that are too big, or to think about hips that are too big. And it really put it in perspective for me, because you mentioned that you're with your sick mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Old mother.
Old mother. Sorry, she's not sick. Old, yeah.
No, she's old, yes.
Yeah. So it just reminds me of, Mother Teresa was busy taking care of somebody. And
yes, I'm busy 24 hours for my mother, always. Since eight months.
Yeah. So why do you
day and night? Huh? Yeah.
Why do you do that for your mother?
She was on the way to die, and I promised her that she can die in my home. But she didn't die now, so I have her to give away in the future. I work for this, and I feel so bad. Then she refused to go in a home.
Yeah.
She said, "When you give me away, I will die." So Yes. So, but she will not die. She's strong.
Right,
So
right.
I'm in a conflict, and yes.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
have no
and
time for me. I have no time for me. I don't care for me.
yeah, and that would be for another day. You know, it would be to or another time. I can maybe chat with you afterwards about beliefs that, because this is really, you know, why we eat when we've got a lot of you know, if we're feeling like a victim. For
Mm.
example, we can stuff down, and we're stuffing down our emotions when we feel
Yes.
stuck.
Hmm.
Yeah, can be the reason why. And in the meantime, the reality is that you're with your mother, and you know, to be able to see that service that you're doing and the love for your mother is the reason why, you know, to remember the reason why you did that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So without the thoughts that that I'm too fat, you know, you're talking about, you know, your thinking being thin, you lose sight
Yes, yes.
of the big-hearted reason that you
Hmm.
decided to do this.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Hmm.
does it feel lighter without the thought I am too fat?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So same
Hmm.
situation. This is really for, yeah, just to thank you, Miriam. Thank you so much for being facilitated in that. Oh, sorry. There is another turnaround. My thinking is too fat.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
it's
too
kind of,
fun.
you know, what you said, like your thinking is thin, um, you know, not open. So how is it that it's rather your thinking that is too fat rather than in life that you're too fat?
Hmm. I think it's too fat.
What kind of unnecessary stress and suffering, like Byron Katie's quote at the beginning of the webinar, you move totally away from reality when you believe that there is a legitimate reason to suffer.
Hmm.
So the reality is that you're a certain size, and when you believe that that's a reason to suffer, you're moving away from reality. Does that make sense? That it's your
Hmm.
thinking that would have you suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, your body does what it does.
Hmm.
Do you find any other reason my thinking is too fat? Any other example of that turnaround?
I think it's also too fat that I have to. I think that I have always feeding my mother. You know, I feed my mother, and in the same time I feed also me. I feed all my mother, and I eat much more than normally. Than with my mother, I eat all the time, and she was so thin. She was, and so I started to give her like a bird, you know, feeding, and in the same time I was feeding me
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much.
So right now, with what's going on, you shouldn't eat so much, and everybody can also question this belief. Let me just type it in the chat window. Let's question. I shouldn't eat so much. You know, I can hear you really beating yourself up about eating so much lately. Sent to all. So I've just sent it in the chat window. The belief that we're going to work now. Do you want to work that belief, Miriam?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So. Can you guys see the message in the chat window?
No, I don't know
No?
how I can do it.
Oh,
Or
okay.
look this chat window.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I'll just repeat the belief for you. I shouldn't eat so much is the belief. Okay, so
Hmm.
anybody here who has that belief, I could definitely relate to that on Easter Sunday. I ate a load of chocolate, Easter egg. So
Hmm.
for everybody who's experiencing that belief, just connect with it right now, and let's do the work on it. So, is it true that you shouldn't eat so much right now, Miriam, with your mother?
Yes. Yes.
Can you absolutely know that it's true that you shouldn't eat so much?
Hmm. Yes.
So, how do you react? What happens when you believe the thought that you shouldn't eat so much and you notice that you're eating a lot at the moment?
It's eating and drinking, and I feel always after the meal, I feel so bad, very, very bad, and I'm sad and how do you say?
Ashamed?
I'm also angry about me that I'm not enough strong to go away, you know, to make me small portion and eat this. No, I finish also this from my mother when she when we have a good cake and she take only a little bit and I cannot throw away it and I eat the rest and then I think, oh, I have to sleep this evening and I drink a glass of wine. I open a bottle for me and I drink a glass of wine. Crazy. Yeah, I feel bad.
So a lot of
I have
stress.
no control. Yes, I have no control. The control is going away.
Yeah, yeah, that's another
Yeah.
one to question, you know, the belief that we have control anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you treat life when you're believing I shouldn't eat so much and you notice that you're eating lots?
How I treat life.
How do you treat your life? Your life?
My life. I'm sad, and then I sit around instead of going and take a walk and let my mother alone. I sit beside her, and I'm sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any
And I
peaceful
think I
reason? Go
cannot
ahead.
go.
You think you cannot
Yes.
go? Actually, just before, let's see, what addictions kick in when you're believing the thought, I shouldn't eat so much, and you're eating a lot and you're beating yourself up?
Addiction. What you mean addiction?
So it's one of the sub questions in the work is what
Yes.
addictions? Yeah, it's addictions. So what escapism do you do when you're believing I shouldn't eat so much
What I
and you
do.
have that shame? What do you do with it? Do you eat
I
more?
eat more. Yes, I eat more. It's like a small child, you know, they make something that he doesn't know, and you know, now it's finished. Oh, no, a little bit more.
Right.
So we have here in France, there is so crazy this bottle with cream inside, you know, and you put out and it comes le mousse, la crème.
Okay, let's go back to the work. I know it. Okay,
So I take
get,
another one with my mother.
what I want to get back to is we think, so how do you think it serves you, the belief I shouldn't eat so much?
It served me, the belief I didn't
Yeah,
eat
like
so much.
why would you hold on to that belief I shouldn't eat so much? How do you think it benefits you to hold on to that belief, to attach to the belief I shouldn't eat so much?
I have to hope that I come sins. I have to hope that I become control.
Right. And
to
has it
hope.
worked? Has it worked so far? Has it worked lately? Or has the opposite worked?
No, the opposite has worked. More than I think I have to be sinner or I have to stop eating, I eat more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so who would you be without the thought, I shouldn't eat so much? Just get a picture of yourself eating at night, and you can't believe I shouldn't eat so much. Who would you be without the thought?
I was relaxed and I enjoy the meal with my mother. I enjoy and and everything is okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So just take a few moments to let that in, and I invite everybody else on the call or listening to the recording also to just let that in, you know, to see yourself without the thought, I shouldn't eat so much, and notice if the shame goes away and can just be.
Yes, then I can eat the meal quiet and I drink one glass of wine. It's nice and everything is good and it's completely different now. I know I can enjoy the meal and 1 glass of wine, and yeah.
Yeah. And imagine if you have 2 glasses of wine and without the thought, I shouldn't eat or drink so much, or you eat a little bit extra and you can't believe I shouldn't eat so much.
Um, I don't think about. I eat it, and I'm happy for the good food.
Right. That's nice. Thank you, food.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy for the good food. Then we eat all the time delicious here in France.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's turn the thought around. I shouldn't eat so much. So turn it around to the opposite. I should eat so
I
much.
should eat so much.
How could it be as true that you should eat so much?
Yes, I feel I need it in the moment. I need it in the moment. It makes me happy in the moment.
So can you acknowledge that? It's nice to notice, huh? It makes you happy in that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that doesn't mean, oh, great, it makes me happy. Let me eat loads and loads and loads more, but just in that moment when it's happening, rather than the
Yeah, it makes me happy.
self-destructive beliefs. Yeah. 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 Any other example? I should eat so much. What's the reality?
Reality. I need the food to be enough strong for the work that I do now with my mother. I need to eat.
Yeah. And the reality is that you are, right? Does that make sense? So when
Yes.
when you are eating that much and you add, I shouldn't eat so much, stress.
Yeah. And when I don't eat, I think I eat so much, I have no stress and I feel good. Finish. I feel, yeah.
Right.
I feel relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's called, letting go, huh? Yeah.
Oh, yes. And when I have no stress, maybe I don't eat so much.
That's a nice side
Yes.
effect. We don't do this work for that, with that motive.
Yeah.
We never do this
No.
work to lose weight. It's it's really to be clear, to lose the weight of our thoughts. That's why we do it.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's my experience, because the reason for me why I was overeating is because of stressful thoughts.
Yes, and without stress, also this morning, I can decide take I the nice croissant or a smoothie. And this morning I took a smoothie. I have the choice without stress.
Yeah.
Yes. And since now I'm not hungry.
Yeah. Okay, so is there another turnaround? I should eat so much. I shouldn't eat so much. My thinking shouldn't eat so much. My thinking.
Yeah, my thinking should eat so not turn around all the time around the food, It eat too much energy for the meal, for the food, for the I'm not nice, I'm not beauty. Yeah.
Yeah,
My mind shouldn't eat so much. It eat too much energy for me.
that's so energy draining, right? Such a waste of good living.
Yeah.
Such a waste of
Yes.
happy living, when we have those
Yes.
beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miriam. I really am grateful to you for volunteering. I'd love to chat with you afterwards. Let's connect.
Yeah, and thank you too.
The other
Thank
stressful
you.
beliefs. Huh?
Yeah, and thank you
Your
too.
mum. You're welcome. Okay, let me mute you. And I know there's been some comments in the chat that I haven't that I haven't had a chance to read. But thank you. I do read all of these at the end. Okay, I still feel fat. Natalie, can I call you out on that one? But I still feel fat. So I've got Natalie who still feels fat. And would you like to work that? or then there was that comment from Katie about resisting. I won't be able to resist food. That was there first. Let me just go to attendees. Natalie, do you mind me unmuting you, Natalie? Are you there?
Hi, Neve. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you. I didn't even ask.
The only glitch is I've got a sleepy baby in my arms. So why don't you go with the other lady?
Okay. Let me
Because
just.
I don't want to disrupt the call with Eva crying out.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just quickly. Let me just have a quick chat with you. And hey Eva, and then I can. I'll mute you again. So is that at the end of the? Did you put that comment, Natalie, at the end of the? I am fat.
Well, I was the one that typed in, I'm losing weight, but I still feel fat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So so you're not. Did some of the stress? Did you feel a little bit lighter? Did it work a little bit, or did it have no effect? The work on I'm too fat.
Well, I was more following Miriam's situation than thinking of my own, to be honest. But
Right.
I found the questions really interesting, thinking, oh, I could do with some of this myself. Just questioning my own belief system around the weight. So no, it was good to hear.
Yeah. Okay. You know where I am if you want
I
to
know.
work through it yourself, and just okay. Let me put you on mute again. Thanks, Natalie.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the big takeaway that I hope that you guys can get from this is that it's our when we have the stress and our thinking, it believing that we can control the situation, it just adds more stress, and it's really counterproductive. Basically, that's the big takeaway that I get anyway from this work. So Katie, do you want to be facilitated? Katie, I loved working this belief with somebody recently on I won't be able to resist. And just I'll give you a chance to respond, Katie, to that if you want to be facilitated. I'm just reading through the chat messages. My biggest challenge is in the short term high from bad food, then the cycle of shame, regret you have after. Yeah. It is. It's short-term relief, the eating. Yeah. And by the way, I should mention that I'm not against, trying to lose weight. I really am not. I'm all for a healthy lifestyle, and it's just when it consumes us, when it's so stressful. That's what my work is, to remove the stress. So I have a client that's on that is following a diet, and just removing the stress that goes with that. Because of course, if you want to fit into your trousers, I'm not saying don't. It's just let's do it in a way that doesn't kill the happiness from our lives. Yeah. And wanting to look good to impress others. Yes, that's so. When we're in other people's business about how we look, it's such. Again, we're stealing the happiness and stealing presents from ourselves. I am so hungry and looking forward to some food. Okay. Sorry, Katie. I am just going to unmute you, Katie. Sorry.
Great. Hi.
Yeah, hi. Thanks. I hadn't unmuted you, so thanks for messaging me. So thanks, Katie, for volunteering, and thanks for all your sharing. Okay, so I really love this belief. Let me just type it in the chat window. So what was it? It was the one I won't be able to resist food. Yeah, this is a belief in the future.
If I let go.
To resist food if I let go. Yeah. Thanks. If I let go. So if I let go, and I'll put in brackets, of my belief that I'm too fat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't know if you can see that I've typed it in anyway in the chat window, and that's the belief we're working. Okay. So so just imagine, just really connect with that belief that if you let go of your belief that you're too fat, you won't be able to resist food. What do you see, by the way? Do you imagine you're just saying, oh, great, I'm just going to gobble all this food around me up, or? What picture do you get?
I don't trust myself that I will be healthy as I'd like to be. And I kind of use it as my control by thinking that I'm not there yet.
Right.
I kind of see, if I think I'm at the end goal, if I think that I'm sort of as I want to be, I feel a bit vulnerable by that.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
So it keeps me in check.
So it keeps you in check. Yeah. Yeah. I can totally understand that. Yeah. Yeah, and let's just for the purpose of doing this work with an open mind, let's just be curious and apply the 4 questions to it anyway for a new perspective. And you don't have to give up that belief just for a few minutes. You have to have an open mind. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, but I'd like you just to share with me what do you see? What kind of picture do you see of? Do you imagine you eating like chocolate bars, or if you let go of the belief that you're too fat, what image comes to mind? What would you imagine yourself eating? Or do you see a big Easter spread of food that you'll gobble up, or not gobble up, but eat more than you would have?
I think it's about quantity, that I won't stop. I won't think, oh, I'm full. Sometimes you can get a bit confused about feeling full. I have a quite healthy appetite, so I know that will continue. So I think I'll just won't stop myself with quantity, and I think I will resist stopping myself have naughty treats all the time when I want them.
Okay. So bear that in mind, yeah. Those pictures that you just described, and let's do the work. So you won't be able to resist food if you let go, Katie. Is it true? If you let go of your belief that you're too fat.
Yes.
Can you absolutely know that it's true that you won't be able to resist food if you let go of that belief?
No, but I have a but.
The mind likes buts. Just shh, the butt.
No.
No, and let that in. Just let that in for a moment. Yeah. So how do you react? What happens when you're believing the thought, I won't be able to resist food if I let go of my belief that I'm too fat?
I won't be able to resist food. It scares me. Because I just don't seem to have this trust in my self-control. So that I'll look for some other kind of control.
Yeah.
Some other kind of checkpoint.
Yeah. So a real fear of.
Or maybe, and that might be a point when one is inclined to do a diet, because within the framework of that, I'm under control. Maybe I'll say I'll cut out this, or I'll start limiting myself to I'm off this, and because I've got parameters of where I'm not going to just sort of lose it, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you experience that and you're believing I won't be able to resist food if I let go, how do you treat yourself? I won't be able to resist food if I let go.
I'm preempting. I'm kind of punishing myself at preempting that. I haven't got as much faith in myself as I'd like to have. I'm being very negative about perhaps how I've behaved in the past and assuming I'm going to be like that in the future.
Yeah.
So it's rather negative, isn't it, outlook on how I'm going to behave, and I'm punishing myself now, or I'm out of fear. I'm coming up with limits and controls already.
Yeah. Yeah. So not very empowering, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you treat food? Curious. When you're believing I won't be able to resist food if I let go of my belief that I'm too fat, how do you treat food?
Earlier in the chat window, I wrote, when you asked the question about sort of how do you respond in these situations, I am a case example of the don't, if you resist, it persists. So I just eat more. When I limit myself, I say no sugar for a week. All I think about is sugar, and I have this fun little battle in my head, and I eat more. And I imagine I'll do the same here, because you get some kind of immediate, instant win. But then there's so much more time taken up by beating yourself up about what you've just done.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
just notice then, do you treat food, your relationship with food, is it like this, like a nice balanced relationship, or is food the all-powerful one and you're below it, if that makes sense? Does it have power over you? When you're believing, I won't be able to resist food if I let go.
I suppose I see it as I get great satisfaction from it and reward. So I suppose it has power over me in that sense, that I know that I can feel good and I enjoy it. So it's not necessarily negative power at the time. It's more a temptation.
Yeah,
is the power it has of nice things.
So do you notice any fear around it then? Just get curious and see, because it's something that you mightn't be able to resist, the temptation.
The only fear I have about it is I seem to have a complete lack of self-control. So I can't open a packet of biscuits and have one ever. I have to have the whole lot. And that's the fear I have around it. It's the disappointment in myself that I can't control it.
Right.
So it's me, really. It's not the food. It's me and the way I sort of play with it.
Yeah, it's the mind, the thinking. Yeah. Okay, so let's get curious. Who would you be without the thought, I won't be able to resist food if I let go of my belief that I'm too fat?
How do that? More empowered, more confident in myself, actually. It would be lovely to try it. Yeah,
and just in this moment, is there more freedom with the thought? Without the thought, I won't be able to resist food if I let go of my belief I'm too fat.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a sense of belief in myself.
Yeah, how does that feel? More empowering?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so let's turn the thought around. Instead of I won't be able to resist food, how is it as true that you will be able to resist food if you let go of your belief that you're too fat? How could it be as true?
I will be able to resist it. It can be very true because I haven't felt like this all my life. So clearly this is just in a certain patch of it. So I haven't felt like that as a child, and I was in pretty good control. So I know that I can do it.
Right. Yeah, you have a reference point for yeah. Any other example of how it's as true that you will be able to resist food if you let go of your belief that you're too fat?
I want to. There's a lot of intention there, so I'm quite positive that I can make a good go of it. And not much more evidence, but I do have a certain confidence that I know that I can do it, and I'll get reward from that too.
Right. Have you got maybe an example of where, when you say I know I can do it, because maybe there's something else, you have a reference point for somewhere else in your life where you were able to resist something?
Yeah, so shopping, for example, I tend to do that when I'm a bit stressed, or I get the same level of sort of high or a win from it as I do from eating naughty food. So therefore, and I know that I can curb that, and I got that under control without these without thinking, oh, I shop too much, I don't have that belief anymore or whatever. I've just got it under control. So I'm hoping I can apply that same restraint, self-restraint, without being hard on myself to food.
Can I offer an example that for me, that resonates for me? Do you mentioned that it's the high that you get, the shopping and the food. So you do that for a reason, right? So, to feel good, right? So an example of I will be able to resist food for me would be when I work through whatever is causing me to need that high.
Yeah, the trigger.
Yeah.
I tend to typically just ignore that and see it as a sort of wave of stress from something, and I'm looking for that instant gratification, and it's either going to be shopping or food.
Right.
And I'm a rather good one at pushing things away and not wanting to hit them head on. So my coping mechanism is to just go down one of those two paths rather than take the time to think through what's making me do that.
Is that completely true? Don't you have a reference point for sometimes looking at what the trigger is?
More so recently, thanks for your help. And it's amazing when you start looking at what those triggers are. Just that very behavior of analyzing one of them makes you more inclined and more comfortable to analyze others.
Yeah, knowing the freedom that's on the other side of that. Yeah. Okay, so I won't be able to resist food. I will be able to resist food. Okay, I know we're just a bit over time, so I'll just share the other turnarounds. I won't be able to. My thinking won't be able to resist food. Actually, is the truer turnaround. My thinking. Does that make sense to you? You caught it actually already in question 3. That it was about your thinking was what it was about, rather than food. Yeah, the food is just innocently lying there. It's our mind that has that relationship with it. Yeah. Okay. So thanks so much, Katie. I really appreciate it. That was a short demo, but I hope that brought some insight. If we, I'll mute you again. And I hope that's bringing some awareness for you guys about how this stress about our beliefs around food and about how we look, how that just doesn't serve. Letting go of all those beliefs, there's a lot more freedom on the other side of that, I promise you. Okay, so just have to go through these because we ran out of time, but it was just sharing the other beliefs. Any questions? I invite you to email me if you have any questions, Niamh@managewithclarity.com. I'd love to, if you've got any confusion about what triggers you have, etc., that might be causing you to eat more and you'd like to work through those, let me know. Thework.com is where all the resources are. They're completely free. The work that we did here today, you can learn a lot more about that on thework.com. You can also look at my website if you want to work with me. And also I've got a new Facebook page called Let Go and Live Lighter. I just created it the day before yesterday on Easter Sunday, and I'm really excited about that. So please do connect there. Please do join. Send a join request and I'll add you. And I'm active in there every day. You can ask any questions and share anything that you want to share. And I'd love to have you join me there. So if you can't find you can search on it in Facebook, Let Go and Live Lighter. I think if you can't find it, just message me and I will tell you about it. There's some chats here that I will definitely get to. If there's questions in here, I'll definitely read them after we finish. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys being here on the call. And thanks also to the people who are listening to the recording. There will be more next month. It's the first Tuesday of every month that I'm doing these webinars now. And every other Tuesday that I don't do the webinars, I'll be sending out a video. So make sure also that you're on my mailing list to get that. You can opt in on my homepage. Tomorrow, I'm starting a 10-day challenge called Let Go and Live Lighter. And I'd love you to join me. Opt in on the homepage of my website or send me an email. And we're going to be looking at something we want to let go of and just doing a daily practice to really with an intention of letting go and feeling lighter during and after those 10 days. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.